You know, my mother always told me it's bad to bring gadgets to the dinner table.
My mother smiles at me, quite differently, and I feel a chill run down my spine. She's offering me a piece of meat with her chopsticks, but with the way her hands are shaking, she might drop it. My father would think that'd be a waste of food. Sorry, I say apologetically. Just not in the mood. I grab my camera again, the one my father bought me for Christmas 3 years ago. It feels wrong to leave my mother alone to eat by herself, but if I even attempted to swallow a chunk of food, I might just vomit it out. That'll make my father angry. So angry. This is too cheesy. I sigh as my parents urge me to keep recording them as they dance to a tune from an old computer. Nevertheless, I find myself trying to hide a smile.
Hey, someday you'll be just like this.
Yeah, no. Thank you.
Don't mind her. She just doesn't like being single.
Both of them burst into laughter while I stand there, embarrassed. Okay, I'll stop now. I warned them, and their heads turn in an instant, offended looks on their faces.
Hey, I bought you that camera.
I know I shouldn't be eavesdropping. That's something my mother always told me never to do. I recall her saying that especially about my dad. But who wouldn't be curious if your father slams his way home, red-faced and with furrowed eyebrows? It doesn't help that he's been cursing his way through the house with words I've never heard him say before. And when he calls someone, I just really could not stop myself.
I'm doing everything. What do you think I've been trying to do? That's not something I can control. You think I wanted this?
He's been like this for a week now, but he's never been this terrifying.
God, I swear though. What do you mean it's not going to work? I spent months on this, and now's the time you tell me to stop?
My father pauses for a while, taking a deep breath to calm himself, but it doesn't remove the frown on his face.
My own goddamn wife hates me for dealing with your mess. You know how hard that is for me? Even my daughter doesn't look me in the eye anymore.
I stop recording. I develop a habit of recording my life discreetly, so well that my parents never notice. Good. I might have footage of my murder if they find out.
You should calm down. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities.
I don't have time or the energy to wait for that.
Well, you can't keep doing this.
Doing what? Exactly?
Disappearing all the damn time. We hardly ever get the time together.
I'm doing all of this for us.
And clearly, it's not working.
My father slapped her in the face. I flinched back, containing myself from making a sound. Suddenly, I missed the sound of their footsteps matching to the tune of an old computer. One thing about my father is that he doesn't understand the concept of alcohol or why people enjoy it.
It doesn't taste good, makes you dizzy, makes you vomit, then you have to deal with a hangover.
Is what he used to say to me. Another thing about my father is that he is a hypocrite. It's gonna be alright. Parents fight all the time, but they'll be okay. That's what they always tell me, but it doesn't always work out like that. It's almost deafening to hear shattered glass, falling objects, and violent words that come out of my parents' throats. I'd go deaf before they lose their voice. I would say that I'm used to this kind of event in my house, and I shouldn't be, but every time, it leaves a horrible memory in my brain more traumatic than the last. It plays like a broken record player. Over and over and over and over again. A bang and the sound of falling utensils caused me to jump in my seat, and I quickly turned off my camera. Why is it so quiet? I turn to my left and see for myself. The scene before me makes me start holding my breath. It feels suffocating, as if something is strangling me by my neck. It hurts to breathe, my fingers are shaking and I can't control them. They're numb. My mother is a meter away from me, but she's no longer smiling at me. It's so quiet. I can hear the sound of red liquid hitting the ground, but the ringing in my ear is deafening. I look down at my plate, controlling my breathing and trying not to make a sound. But then I see a shadow that isn't my own. He's watching me. Then I make the mistake of looking up.
Does he really have to visit at this hour?
Don't worry, he won't be staying long.
He continues finishing up the mannequin on his desk, making sure it looks as convincing as it can be. The director is someone he should be impressing tonight.
You should probably stop worrying about that, at least for now. All that work might bring her life, you know?
Before Chong-soo can reply, the doorbell rings. He stands from his seat, physically and mentally prepares himself, then makes his way to the door. As expected, it's the director waiting for them at their doorstep.
I brought a little something for the newlyweds.
Oh, you didn't have to.
So, this is it.
Yes.
Not bad.
For some reason, Chong-soo feels like this isn't the first time the director has seen it, given that he shows no emotion. Just a blank expression, not even a single tilt of his head. Chong-soo has seen other people react differently to the corpse inside his house, even with the assurance that his work is simply a mannequin. Perhaps the director might just be used to these kinds of things.
What's this?
Oh, that isn't my idea. It was there when I got this body, so I figured it should stay like that.
You sure you didn't kill a girl for this?
You think so little of me.
Just saying the truth. I bet you'd be talented enough to make her look alive. Maybe next time.
The director says, almost like he's giving Chong-soo a warning.